Sathyabama Institute of Science and Technology.
Hello everyone, I am Dr. Cruz Antony, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Sathyabama Institute of Science and Technology, Chennai. Today we will be seeing about the topic Decoding Natural Language Processing. Before going into the topic, let us see some of the popular software engineering tools used in today's era. You can see there is OpenAI's ChatGPT, there is Google search engine, and we have Amazon Alexa, we have Google Translate, Netflix, and then Grammarly. So behind all this popular softwares, there is natural language processing functioning as a behind the scenes. So without this natural language processing, this tool cannot function. So that is why it is important for us to understand what is natural language processing. So today we will be talking about what is natural language processing, why do we need natural language processing, and various applications of natural language processing. So first, what is natural language processing? So it is basically the intersection of computer science, linguistics, and machine learning. So this field basically focuses on communication between computers and humans in natural language. Why it is important in natural language is, as in today's world we are involving artificial intelligence in our day-to-day life. So it is important for the machine to understand our human language. That is where NLP comes into picture. So it makes a computer to understand and generate human language. So why do we need natural language processing? So before that, we should know the data around us. So we can see around 80% of data around us is unstructured data. It is as per the report of International Data Corporation and other analysts. So unstructured data is basically, it is in the form of text data, images, audio, video files, emails, etc. So the major challenge of natural language processing is it is difficult to manage, store, and process the data. So traditionally when we talk about unstructured data, it is always there, but it is only generated in an organization, within the organization, and then it is being generated in the form of text files, audio files, and then images. Whereas nowadays in this era, unstructured data is immensely increasing. It is generating from the sources of social media platforms and real-time streaming data and search engine queries. So how do we handle this kind of data, unstructured data? So before going to see how NLP is going to handle this kind of unstructured data, let us see, since we talked about unstructured data, we see what is the difference, the comparison between a structured and unstructured data. When we talk about structured data, it is all about displaying, managing, storing data in the form of tabular, in the form of rows and columns, right? So we call it as a relational database. And then mostly the data is of numbers, dates, and strings. Whereas when we talk about unstructured data, it cannot be displayed or stored or managed in a tabular form. It can be stored in the form of images, audio, video, word processing files, etc. And as we talked earlier, unstructured data comprises of 80% of data around us. So the remaining 20% is of structured data generated in the enterprise. So and also the major challenges of unstructured data is the storage problem. It requires more storage to store, and also the security legacy solutions is also a challenging one. Okay, so that is why nowadays the cloud solution is becoming more popular to solve this storage and security concerns. Now let us see how this NLP handles this unstructured data. So basically NLP systems doesn't act singly. It uses machine learning algorithms to analyze large amount of data, unstructured data, and extract relevant information. So these systems are trained to recognize patterns and make inferences on those patterns. So let us see how this NLP handles this unstructured data. So let us see this short algorithm here. So first we need to input the data into the NLP system. So input is basically a text data or a voice command or a query. So that data is loaded into the NLP system. Next, the NLP converts this audio. Basically voice command is an audio file, right? So that command is converted into text with the help of speech to text technique. So after that, once it is converted into a text, which is a sentences, so that those sentences are broken down into words, which is otherwise called as tokens here. So later, the system then processes those tokens, which is actually the words, and converts into a vectors of numerical form, right? So machine understands numbers, right? So we convert them into a numerical vectors and then apply machine learning algorithm to analyze the data. Finally, the system responds back to us as a user in the form of text or audio file which is being generated on the analyzed data. So this is how NLP helps us in handling this unstructured data. So now we will talk about various applications of natural language processing. So I have taken few important and popular applications. So the foremost popular one is sentiment analysis. So sentiment analysis is used to determine the sentiment or emotion expressed in text, which is useful for the task of customer feedback analysis and social media monitoring. So in almost all the social media platforms nowadays like Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all this, the social media monitoring is being used widely because it is used to prevent text or a post which is being hatred or which is a violent content or any adult content. Such kind of posts are not allowed in these social media platform. So these companies like Meta and other Twitter companies, what they do is they use this NLP as they use this various softwares which uses NLP as a background in order to monitor these social media posts. So here you can see on the left hand side, you can see various feedbacks posted by the customers who have purchased especially through e-commerce websites like Amazon, Flipkart, etc. So there you can see when we purchase an item from an e-commerce website, so basically when we like that item or we may not like that product, we will give definitely review. So based on the reviews, it analyzes the words. So here you can see the word fantastic, the word okay I guess, the word useless been highlighted. So the word like fantastic, awesome, wonderful, this kind of words has been classified as positive feedback. So obviously the words like the tokens like okay, average kind of words is being classified as neutral. And then the words like the tokens like useless, very below average, worst product kind of words is being highlighted, it's been identified and classified as negative feedback. So this is how the big e-commerce websites like Amazon and Flipkart are using NLP to classify the data to understand the sentiment of their customers. So the next important application is machine translation. So translating text from one language to another language without the help of a human specialist in language. So without that, only with the help of machine we are able to translate. It's very fast, it is cost efficient. So that is the reason this machine translation has become very popular, and that tool uses natural language processing as a function. So some of the popular tools include Google Translate, DeepL Translate, Bing Microsoft Translator, Amazon Translate, Reverso Translate. So you can see these some of the popular tools being used. Most popular we use is Google, right? Google Translation we use. The next important application is speech recognition and transcription. So we all know Amazon Alexa, Siri, Google voice assistants, right? So basically NLP is there is in that tools also. So it is used to convert speech to text, which is useful for tasks such as dictation or voice control assistance. So we engage with these smart devices, this Amazon Echo, Alexa, and then this Siri, iPhone Siri, or Google's OK Google Assistant. So the process is like when we give a command or we ask a query to this smart device, our speech is being converted into text, and then those texts are again with the help of NLP system being processed, and then in response the text will be again converted into speech and is given and sent back to us in the form of voice assistance. So this is how the process happens with the help of NLP. So here you can see some of the popular brands which uses voice assistant tools like Hey Siri, Cortana, Alexa, OK Google, and then Bixby. The next application is text summarization. So text summarization is used to summarize long text documents into a shorter versions, which is useful for tasks such as news summarization and document indexing. So you can see in this image, so original document, text document, long document is given as an input, and then you have got the output paraphrased document or a shorter version of text summarization of that longer version of document. But in between, can you guess the picture there? Yes, it is the transformer. Okay, so what is transformer? So transformer has actually, it has revolutionized. When we say transformer, it has revolutionized natural language processing by bringing in self-attention mechanism with the help of deep neural networks. Basically, when we say in the previous slide, when we talked about natural language processing, it uses machine learning algorithms to process the data, right? But whereas here transformers as an advance, it uses deep neural networks to process the data, unstructured data, with the help of self-attention mechanism. So every big companies nowadays uses these transformers. So some of the examples of transformer techniques are BART, OPT, Robota, which is used by Facebook in their social media analysis, and we have the popular company nowadays, OpenAI, which uses, obviously you all know, GPT, ChatGPT and different versions, and then ChatGPT 4 is on the way. And also we have Google, where they have lot of transformers like T5, Flan T5, BERT, Distilbert, Pegasus and Albert. So Pegasus and T5, these transformers are used for text summarization, and the other transformers used for text classification, sentimental analysis and so on. So transformers actually has come up. So nowadays large language models, you might have heard about LLMs. So those technology uses this transformers as a function. So this is all about today's topic. So in the next topic we will be seeing phases of natural language processing and the text vectorization technique, which is actually the process of converting your words tokens into a numerical vector so that the machine can understand that with an example. Bye. Thank you.